just heading down to Keadby to go on the tidal Trent today, which is super exciting. I really like big rivers, and it's a really calm day, there's no wind, and as you can see from the earlier clip, it's a gorgeous start to the day. So we shall see what today will bring. So the plan today is to get down the River Trent and through the lock gates at Torksey and onto Saxelby, and then tomorrow we'll go to Lincoln. So hopefully it will all go to plan. And we're just coming down to the Vasey rail bridge now, see if there's someone on duty to open it for us. This is the rail track that slides back to let us through, which doesn't work when it's really hot. It's not hot today.
Wow, serious engineering. There it goes. Look.
Yeah. Morning. Morning. Amazing. Literally no idea where we are, Henry. No idea at all. So just follow that boat until the stopwatch turns up, and then we can reevaluate. We can ask them, where are we? Are we going under another grey cloud?
That's gone.
Is that gone? Right.
Going there. Hiya.
Ahead is the famous Trent free-floating buoy. It's been on the river for a long time, and people have been wondering what danger it advised against, and it doesn't. It's just something that's come loose, and it's been floating up and down the Trent ever since, so we don't have to worry about it warning us of anything. We just got to avoid it. As we were coming up to Torksey,
The boat in front of us decided to go on a bit, and we got a call from the lock keeper to say there was a boat waiting for us in the lock, so we thought we'd better get a move on.
Oh, and there's the open lock waiting with open arms for us. So we're on our way to Saxelby. Really nice name, and it is a Viking name. But before the Vikings, the Romans were here, and this bit of canal was built by the Romans, which is why it's so straight, because the Romans never put a curve in anything if they could help it. Their roads and their canals, straight as an arrow. A bit like Holland, they have to make sure their dikes and their banks are well maintained here, and that looks like what they're doing here, building up the bank, because without that the sea would want to reclaim all this land. It's so flat. So the locky at Torksey Lock told us that there's a water festival in Saxelby tomorrow, so we may struggle to get a mooring there tonight, but we're going to try anyway. Just really enjoying the landscape here. It's sort of how I imagined it to be, really. Fenland. At various points along here they have ramps in the water. You have to be careful that you don't get yourself grounded on them, and therefore deer to find their way out of the canal if they get into it by mistake. Although quite how the deer know where the ramps are, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's one down there somewhere.
When we got to Saxelby, there was plenty of mooring, and the next morning we popped out to have a look, see what was going on. There was lots of stalls selling sweets and cakes, scones, jewellery, art, and they'd put up bunting especially to match our boat. There was a horse and cart giving rides, as well as a boat giving rides up and down the canal. And the firemen had come out as well. Really nice, these community events.
These are the leisure moorings coming into Lincoln. Really interesting boats along here. And we've just stopped at a boat and bought a really nice piece of art from a lady called Kate, who has an Instagram account called Unstructured Material, and she makes these from string prints and then hand tints them. Lovely.
And this print is Eye of Birch, my favourite tree.
That's gorgeous, this one, isn't it?
Once you get to Lincoln, after all the flat land around, there's these surprising steep hills, and they're real clamber to get to the top. Once you're at the top, if you turn around, you can see how flat the land is, in 360 degrees all around. At the top of the hill is the cathedral, which is rather splendid, and inside it's quite spectacular too. We had a walk around the cathedral, and What's really good there are the wooden Stations of the Cross, which are very contemporary and they're real pieces of art by themselves. The artist has used different wood, he's carved, he's used marquetry. I really appreciated these pieces of art. I thought they were the best Stations of the Cross I've ever seen, really. Not always my favourite sort of things, but these were amazing. In a previous video, I mentioned Charleston Farmhouse and the Bloomsbury set, who were close by to where I live in Brighton. And to my amazement, this turned up in a side room.
So, over 40 odd years, the chapel was closed because Duncan Grant had painted this androgynous Christ, which was thought to be not the business, so to speak. And it looked like his boyfriend, so it's
Yeah.
good news, you know.
Interesting.
Yes, that's one of the...
Yeah.
Let's start going in a minute because that fire starts.
Down at the foot of the hill, the canal runs right through the centre of the town and comes out the other side to join the river. There's a big basin here, big waterfront. But the shops around are sort of generic, the usual sort of things you get, nothing independent. However, the Cosy Club is just behind in the Cornhill Quarter, one of my favourite places. If you find one of these in a town where you are, you can always get something good to eat at a really good price.
So that's the end of the video as we leave Lincoln behind. We're heading back down to Torksey and to wait out Storm Agnes, although I don't think it's going to be very strong on this side of the country, but we don't want to go on the Trent while there's any possibility of high winds. So have a good week everyone, see you on the next video, bye for now.